if they're working 80 hours in a week and then they're on call, like, are you sit in your house with your uniform on while you're on call and then you don't get to do anything? You just got to sit there? Like that, you tell me that doesn't lead to post-traumatic stress when you can't be with your family and you can't do anything and you're not getting paid for it?
Yeah.
I mean, just that alone in itself, the isolation, and then to go to work after hearing that from the commissioners, like treating you like that, I would have a real hard time. And like I said, none of this is coming from the deputy. He didn't want anything to do with this because he wants to keep his job and keep his dog. But his wife did a post on Enderlin Talk About or whatever Facebook, and then it blew up. It was like, I think 65 people shared it or something like that. And I had reposted it just because I was originally annoyed by reading it. I was like, what? That can't even be right. And it is.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Ill Ego Culture Brands Red Tape Talk. I'm John Ostos, a.k.a. Ill Ego CEO, and I'm here with just Cody today.
Counterpart.
Big Meat, Mauk. Yep. Dion, 2-Cup Larry is... Where is Dion?
His brother had a kid.
That's right. His brother had a kid, and so he's not present. But we have another guest on today.
Our third appearance.
Our third time.
Do I get a free hat or something? Like
yeah. We got this Make America Great hat over there.
Yeah, you can have it.
Yeah, you can have it.
Are we great yet?
But Dustin Hill, man, welcome back to the show for the third time, brother.
Thank you very much for having me back.
So you got some shit you want to get off your chest. There's a lot of things going on, I guess, in local communities, and we're here to talk.
Cool. Yeah, there's a few things going on. Business is going good. We're making firearms. I brought a few today to check out. And,
I see that.
Life is good. I have no complaints. My daughter and wife are very happy and well. And my wife just got promoted to sergeant with our local police department, so that's super cool. I'm
Congrats to her
for that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big move, huh?
It is. It's a big step. And now, I think I don't know what it's like to be a military dependent, but I like to think of myself as the dependent now. So it's kind of cool.
You're a house husband.
I am a house husband.
You're what they call as a dependopotamus.
Yeah, I'm a dependopotamus. I was looking for the word. I couldn't remember what it was. I was like, can I get in here? Can I come here? And my wife is here. I need money.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Yeah.
So what? I actually am not familiar. Once they get to sergeant, are they kind of like stuck there unless they get into a staff position? I guess it would be.
The next step is deputy chief, and right now they let her keep her canine dog, so she's a sergeant and she's got Brina. So
okay.
She's very busy. I mean, she's also a drug recognition expert. She does a lot of Alive at 25 training.
Okay.
She's very, very busy, very proactive in the community. They did well by getting her to become a sergeant.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
And, I'm her husband, so I'm super proud of her. And I used to work with her. So, that makes me extra proud when she let me pin her badge on her. And then I went to shake her hand professionally. She's like, no, you're my husband. Give me a hug.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah. It was a big honor for me to get to do that for her and, get to see her in her moment of glory and, become a supervisor. So it's a big step, and she's got big shoes to fill, but she's filling them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wapaton, are you guys having a street fair coming up soon or something on the 25th?
There's a couple street dances, and there's Chalk Fest.
Okay.
We've a lot of things going on in our community. Wapaton Breck Chamber is always on it. They're a great group.
We're going out there we're bringing our food truck out there on the 25th.
Awesome.
For an event from 8 to 11 or something like that. So it looks like it's a big street event.
It'll be huge.
Yeah,
that's the Chalk event.
It's Chalk first, and then they have a street dance at night.
Okay.
Yeah, they got rock band and all that stuff out there.
8 p.m.?
8 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Oh, maybe I should make an appearance down there.
So yeah, we're gonna haul the food truck out there for Muscatine and do it.
You're coming.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Throw out the parade tape.
Yep. So you, I think, told me a little while ago about the PTSD vote.
Yeah, that was wild.
Okay, so tell us about that again. And so kind of backtrack. You applied for it, and they basically told you fuck off, right?
Well, I did not apply for it correctly.
Okay.
I wasn't in a good mental state, in a good mental position. I called them and expected them to like treat me with some dignity, I guess.
Yeah.
And things went downhill fast. And at the point where I was in my mental health, I wasn't in any position to be applied for anything. So,
But do they not have a liaison or something to help you with?
not a good one.
Okay.
Not at the time. I don't know. You know, in fairness to that individual, I wasn't in a good place.
Oh, so they do have somebody like that.
They do have somebody that like will walk you through the program, but you're going to get denied anytime with disability twice at least.
Really?
It's like a game almost. Like they, you know, I mean, after I did that pod, like I had people call me like a malingerer or a pussy or
Faker?
like, yeah.
Lingerer,
like,
man.
Lingerer. It's like, have you met me? Like clearly I have some issues from it. So
What?
it's just like that with anything, you know.
I'm just so confused. Like, okay, so how would, so if you automatically get denied, what would constitute them to approve it right away then?
nothing.
Like, how do you prove to
They
them?
make you, like, it's a whole process. You've got to go to like a bunch of different doctors. I have a buddy
Okay.
that's going through it in Minnesota right now, and they're sending him to doctors. They're sending him to different doctors. They're denying them, and then they're like,
So you
"Oh,
basically got to be put in a mental hospital.
not necessarily put in a mental hospital, but be poked and prodded by people that have no idea what you've done and seen." I mean, this one individual, that buddy of mine that's going through the process, like worked sex crimes against kids, and now like he's broken. I mean, how are you not leave that broken? And he's working on getting through that disability process, and a few others are going through that process in Minnesota, and it's a nightmare. It's taken years. I mean, why is it taking years? And then they had quite a few individuals from the North Dakota side put together a bill, and it got ousted after the second reading. But I believe your new mayor, Boshi or Boshi, I don't know how to say it, Bochet, he voted in favor of it. So I dig that guy. Like, anybody that's, you know, pro law enforcement and understands that you enter that profession thinking one thing is going to happen and you leave it completely different.
Sure.
And I'm in a different place now, when you know, from the episode we did where I basically just told stories. You know, I have a very good team of, you know, doctors and medical health professionals that work with me with medication and with counseling, and so there's a lot more after the Warrior Path program that if you really want to engage in becoming a better person, you're going to have to go through, you know, continue on the process. And they outline that, and I figured, oh, I'm better. I don't need to do that stuff. And you really do. I mean, you really do need to follow through on that. And I'm very fortunate right now. I have a very good medical professional that's working with me with medication regulation and different types of therapies that you can do. And I won't get into those yet because there's some new ones that I haven't tried that we're working on and trying to get a spot in for me. But right now I don't know when that's going to be. But I'm very, very fortunate. I'm very blessed to the people that have come into my life to try to help me, and you know, to try to do it on your own is not the way to go about it.
Sure.
So, just so people know exactly kind of what we're talking about, and I don't need you to rehash any like personal stories, but if you could give us some like stories about things that you've heard people experienced and why this is important to just anybody that's gone through some shit should get some compensation for having to do that, because that's never going away. Like you're staying with that for life.
No, and you know, the thing is, I don't even need to get into horror stories about, you know, the things that you can tell I'm just getting uncomfortable, like even rehashing it, because it's so, people don't understand it. Citizens want to live in a bubble and pretend that a bad guy looks like a certain way and that's the person that they want to think that that's the bad guy, and you're out to get that bad guy. You know, it's not. You know, the bad guy is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it's the mailman, it's a teacher, it's not who you think it is.
Yeah.
And you know, we were talking outside that, you know, people get deployed. I got tons of shit from like the military and police like feed on each other. Like anytime you show weakness, people are going to shit on each other. That's just the way it is. And it's unfortunate that those things happen, but you kind of take it with a grain of salt. Like you're putting yourself out there like, hey, I'm broken a little bit and I need some help. And people that don't want to get help or don't want to accept that they're broken a little bit are going to shit on that because they don't know how else to handle it. I guess what I've seen in my personal experiences. And the mixed responses that I got from that pod that I did with you guys, that was huge, was wild to me. Like I had pissed off a nurse. I pissed off, like, they're like, you need to talk about medicine and you need to talk about, like, yeah, that those are things that like you need to add to your toolbox of wellness, but you're never going to be healed from this. This is not something that's ever going to go away. And people don't realize it, or they don't want to realize it. And unfortunately right now, North Dakota is in the place of a head in the sand, and we're going to pretend that like this isn't a problem. And it's a fucking problem. I mean, you can't go from eating dinner with your family to seeing death and destruction or suicides, and then go back to eating dinner with your family and not leave a little piece of yourself with that. You know, the memories of things that get brought up will always haunt me, but you know, now through that program, through that Warrior Path program that I'm still a big part of, I'm focusing on post-traumatic growth instead of the post-traumatic stress disorder chaos, so to speak. Not every day is going to be a great day, but every day is going to be a day that I'm going to show up and I'm going to try and I'm going to work at it. And I've had some wild, great success. And it's been fun and it's been a fun ride, but it's work. Every single day it's work. It's not a game. It's not something that I play with or that I think is cute or funny or that I used to talk about to make money. It's something that, like, it's definitely something that will always be part of my life. So that's why we need to address that in a way that our warriors, our men and women that are on the front lines of keeping home safe are taken care of, instead of being ostracized and treated like you're a malingerer. I had to look that word up. So, you know, I've had people say, oh, you had a tantrum and you left. Okay. I threw away 20 years because I had a tantrum. I'm a grown ass man. I didn't have a tantrum. Grow up. Don't say shit like that. You know, things like that get brought up. And I laugh about it now because it doesn't affect me. Like, it doesn't, I feel bad for them that they feel that way. And, you know, they need some Jesus in their heart or something. So,
yeah.
So where is it at now with that whole process of?
So it's dead. It's dead. They did a second reading and there was, I think, 19 nays or something like that. Like, it's disgusting. I can look up and tell you exactly how many. It's going to take me a second.
And this was just recent, right?
This was a little while ago. I can tell you the date. So the second reading of the Senate bill was a bill and act to create a section of Chapter 6505 of the North Dakota Century Code relating to post-traumatic stress disorder duration limits, to amend and reenact subsection 11 North Dakota Century Code relating to workers' compensation coverage for post-traumatic stress disorder, to provide for application and to provide for an expiration date. So basically, you only get a certain amount of time right now to be messed up. So explain that to me, that suddenly I'm going to be healed after a certain amount of time. I'd love to know the date, because it would make my life a lot easier. But the nays were pretty. Can I read them on here?
Substantial.
Yeah. Barta, Beard, Bame, Buchard, Clemens, Conley, Devin, Gerhardt, Hogue, Kessel, Klein, Lem, Magrum, Myrdal, Roars, Scheibel, Sickler, Soveg, Thomas, Whalen, and Wanzik.
And those are names that are across the state, correct?
Correct, yep. And the yays were Beckdahl, Boshi, Bronberger, Castana, Clary, Larson, Lee, Lewick from our area. He understands. Like, I know him very well.
Larry,
yep. Good man. Marcellius, Mathern, Rummel, and Van Osick. So.
And they never gave a reason why the no's voted a no?
No.
Nobody knows?
I know.
What is it?
Because they don't understand. If they understood, they wouldn't. If you've ever held somebody's hand.
It's 2026, though. I mean.
There's no reason for it.
How the fuck do you not know?
I don't know. You choose not to?
It makes me think of...
and it wasn't across party lines either.
Is this a funding thing?
I don't know. We have plenty of money in North Dakota. There's
we have
a legacy
lot of
fund.
Money. We have a lot of money.
Why would you not spend that protecting and taking care of your brother and sister warriors? How many people have to eat their gun?
So who needs to hear about it?
Everybody. Every single person that in the state of North Dakota needs to realize that, like, these are our home soldiers. Like, these are the people that protect us. I think about, the things that I saw, and then I see the things that, the younger officers see, and they'll call me and be like, hey, how do I deal with this? Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. You got to get some help. And I try to direct them as best I can to people to help them. And for a while there, like, I would try to help them, which is not the answer. But you want to do your best for everybody. As a police officer, you want to help others. And sometimes that help is misguided in that particular situation where I was trying to help them. I needed to send them to somebody that's a professional because I'm still dealing with my own stuff, so to speak. So that, some of those things really made me take stock in, like, who I am as a person and what I need to keep working on, because I was missing it, and I get it. But I'll always have that stain on me. I mean, it'll never go away.
Yeah.
So, and I'm much more vocal about it than most people are, because, like, it was a fucking wild ride, man. Like, a really wild ride. Going from, you want to help people, you go from being the guy that everybody called to, like, now I just, like, work in this big building that I have that Joe and I barely take up one little room in it, and you're just silently working away. Well, your mind feeds on itself after a while. And so you need that outside stimulus and that counseling, and that, we have such a great support system through Warrior Path. And like I said, through my medical professional that's helping me now, with medication and regulation of things. So I'm very, very fortunate.
Well, I hope so. With that being said, is that going to be broached again, or how does that work?
I think that it's probably not going to be approached for a while until they can get some more people on board. I know the North Dakota Fraternal Order of Police did a post about the nays, and they said, we're a little disappointed and we would like to see some movement on it, but it's so far behind the times that, I mean, and it's across the country. I have a buddy in Massachusetts that went through the same thing, that it's not just North Dakota. It's nationwide.
Okay.
And I could get shot in the leg and say, it hurts right here. And they'll do whatever they need to do for me to fix me. They'll send me to physical therapy. They'll pay me. They'll make sure I get back out there.
Sure.
What happens when this is broken?
Right.
This drives the fucking machine, man.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
This is much more important than this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can sit in a wheelchair and work in dispatch. You can't when this is broken.
Yeah.
So that's very, very, it needs to change.
Yeah.
So,
that just blows my mind. I mean, 2026 and you're still fighting to get taken care of mentally. Like, that's crazy.
well, and I didn't want like a cash payout. I wasn't looking to like live off the system. I can work, but like a little bit of help while I was trying to find my way sure would have been fucking nice.
Yeah.
I nearly bankrupted us not being able to work and trying to start my business and trying to like find my way.
Yeah.
Like it was hard, dude. Like my wife, God bless her soul, kept us afloat and kept us going and like made sure I got out of bed and like helped me find my way. And like without her, I don't know what I would have done. Well, I know what I would have done, but I mean, we're not at that point. So,
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild.
yeah, and, like think about the men and women who don't have that spouse that like gets it.
Yeah.
Like she's Leo, so she gets like
Right.
what caused it because she was there for some of it. You know, you've got spouses at home now that are just civilians that are regular. They don't get it. They don't get the anger. They don't get the
That's why it ends in divorce.
or worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, they don't understand it, and there's no way to, and there's no programs, state-sponsored programs. There's programs like Warrior Path works with your family too. I mean, there's things out there, there's programs out there, but you got to look for them. There's a waiting list. You got to find them. You've got to be able to focus the beam enough through this post-traumatic haze to be able to make that work. And like I said, I'm very fortunate because I had I had a business waiting for me and I was fucking good at something.
Yeah.
Like I was good at something besides being a cop. So I was able to monetize on that. But what if I didn't? I mean, you go from being a like law enforcement officer the year to the quitting that same year.
Yeah.
Like you're picked by your fellow officers as officer of the year and then you can't do it anymore. Like you're broken. So then you go work at Home Depot, and I'm not shitting on people who work at Home Depot. I'm just saying like it's a little bit of a change. So I go hand out 2x4s because that's basically what it was next for me.
Damn, that's tough.
So, but I mean, it ended great. I mean, I have a phenomenal career.
Yeah.
My wife is very successful. I'm very happy in my life. So, you know, God looked out for me, but had he not, there's no like, and I'm not a super religious guy. I'm not trying to preach Jesus here or anything, but like that didn't happen on its own. That sure as fuck didn't happen for me. So yeah, it's frustrating that we don't have better support in North Dakota. I would love to see, you know, see people stand up and say like, hey, we need to take care of those that take care of us. We put them in terrible situations, and nobody's happy to see the cops when they show up, man. Like, it's the worst day of their life.
Unless they need them.
Unless they need them.
Yeah.
Nobody invites you over for birthday cake because they're just, oh, let's invite the police.
Yeah.
I mean, so, and the disingenuous, you get tired of, oh, thank you for your service. So, yeah. They paid me. I don't know. I don't fucking know what to say when people say that to me. I don't have an answer. It upsets me quite a bit. So,
yeah, I mean, shit, it was just 25th Street a couple years ago when Zach Robinson took out that. He could have taken out freaking hundreds of people. Who knows? Tens of people.
Zach's a fucking warrior, man.
Yeah.
That guy's a man's man.
Yeah.
My hat's off to him.
Yeah. But I mean, without him doing what he had to do,
yeah,
that guy could have killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, you know, thankfully, Zach made it out all right. One officer didn't. Mm-hmm. And, you know, now these guys, they deal with that type of stuff throughout their career. And once they get done, like that doesn't go away.
No.
It doesn't go away. It stays trapped in your head.
And I've never been in a situation like Zach, thank God, but there's been some, and it's not ideal.
Yeah.
And people, you know, my favorite is, well, that's what you signed up for. I assure you that at the academy, they did not tell me that I was going to be doing the shit that I was doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
right.
They do. There's nothing that prepares you for that.
Right.
There just isn't. And I was very fortunate because I had really good leadership and a really good department to work for that, you know, the Wahpeton PD, I can't say enough good things about them. And everybody's like, well, why aren't you upset that, you know, you left the way, like they used the tools to help me that they could have.
Yeah.
They used everything that they physically could to try to help me. I was not that's all on me.
Yeah.
And how I approached that with what I had going on at the time. So,
yeah,
great group of guys and gals.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, I guess anybody that's listening freaking reach out to your local senator.
Yes.
In your what do you call it, district.
Yep. Way to go, Boshi and Lewick, for voting for it. That's a big step in the right direction, and like you have my respect for that.
Good for them.
Yeah.
The other thing that you were texting me about today, can you, for anybody that doesn't know what the hell's going on, can you give a backstory on what everything was transcribed?
Yeah. So I was scrolling through Facebook land and I see a post from I don't know if I want to say disgruntled, but very upset deputy's wife who out in Ransom County. So if you're out in Ransom County, please listen to this, because you've got commissioners that don't give a shit about your people. In my observations from what I've seen from your minutes, they basically made them salary and took away their overtime. And they're like, well, they get full benefits for retirement and for health and family. Well, good. That's like trying to take credit for taking care of your kids.
Yeah.
Like, my kids are clean. Great. You need to do that. You know, you've got guys that are ruining their mind and their body, or guys and gals ruining their mind and their body and serving their community. And nobody gets out. Like, I don't care who you are and what you say. Nobody gets out of that unscathed. And basically, from the minutes that I read, they called the labor law people while they had a canine deputy in the meeting minutes, and said, "Oh, we're good as long as you're making $7.25 an hour. Like, we're okay with it as long as you're making minimum wage. Like, we're good with that."
Wow.
Being on call, eating dinner with your family, going to a rollover accident with a dead kid, going and explaining it to the family, and then going home and not getting paid for it. That takes some pretty big balls as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's insane.
So, and I don't live in Ransom County, and I'm not trying to save the world. I'm a voice that, you know, when you quit law enforcement, there's a saying that you get your rights back. You get your right to freedom of speech. Well, I'm going to use it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to use it every chance I get.
And for the right reasons.
Not always.
Yeah, fair.
But, you know, not always. I'm not always right. I apologized to somebody yesterday because I was wrong. I get very passionate about things, as you can tell. I lead from the heart. I don't always lead from my mind. And, you know, I try to do the right thing, and sometimes I'm wrong. Like, I'm really fucking wrong sometimes, but at least I'm out here trying.
Going back to it, though, but they wanted to put them on salary, so no overtime.
Correct. Yep.
And they're saying, well, they get it when they retire and all this full benefit shit.
They're getting retirement, so that should make up for it.
Okay, so what happens if you don't make it to retirement?
Yep. So I can read one of the minutes here. Jamie Iverson, Thad White, Jeff Soren, Tyler Keller, all from Ransom County, and Warren Sunquist of Sargent County, along with Wayne Furno of Cass County, appeared in support of Officer Jorge Gonzalez. The Sheriff's Department salary was discussed. State's Attorney Fallon Kelly spoke to Megan with the U.S. Department of Labor on March 4th, 2026, about whether the 7K applies to law enforcement agencies with less than 5 officers. Kelly was told that the dollar amount in the pay period must be at least $7.25 for all hours worked. As long as the hourly wage is $7.25 or higher, the county does not have to pay anything above and beyond the salary. Gonzalez argued that did not agree with Fallon's findings. Fallon Kelly called Megan, and she joined the meeting via phone. Megan stating that there's no requirement for overtime as long as they make $7.25 per hour, which is a federal legal wage limit. So basically what they're saying is yeah, it's legal for us to fuck you and look you right in the eye while we're doing it.
Surely the salary is really high then, right? Surely the salary is really high.
Surely. How much do you think is enough to work for $7.25 an hour? I mean, like, what does that figure out to be? Like, if you're working, if it's like, I graduated from West Fargo High School, so my math is not awesome.
But surely they're paying these guys really high salary, though, right?
No, I have no idea what it is, but it's a joke for what they're doing. Wow. It's pretty disrespectful to openly in an open meeting say, And this is all I'm just going off my information that I got from their minutes. I haven't talked to, like, I don't know if it's their minutes. I mean, it seems pretty legit to me.
Right.
So, if they're working 80 hours in a week and then they're on call, like, are you sit in your house with your uniform on while you're on call and then you don't get to do anything? You just got to sit there? Like that, you tell me that doesn't lead to post-traumatic stress when you can't be with your family and you can't do anything and you're not getting paid for it?
Yeah.
I mean, just that alone in itself, the isolation, and then to go to work after hearing that from the commissioners, like treating you like that, I would have a real hard time. And like I said, none of this is coming from the deputy. He didn't want anything to do with this because he wants to keep his job and keep his dog. But his wife did a post on Enderlin Talk About or whatever Facebook, and then it blew up. It was like, I think 65 people shared it or something like that. And I had reposted it just because I was originally annoyed by reading it. I was like, what? That can't even be right. And it is. So, and the sheriff doesn't control the purse strings.
Correct.
The county does. So I'm not shitting on Darren Benoweiss. He's a good leader. He's a soldier. He served overseas. He's a good leader. When I worked narcotics, I worked down there and he was a deputy down there. I've worked with him. I know he's a good man. But you can only do so much with the people that control the checkbook.
What's the county doing with all that money?
So they spent $24,000 on sprinklers from their security fund. I heard that. So they're going to have a good lawn.
That's important. Yeah.
Yeah. So that money, my understanding is
safety
came out of the safety and security program.
Next thing you know, there's cartel moving in, and
well, I mean, let's just open the floodgates by making that public. You know what I mean? Like that,
yeah.
They're fucking themselves.
Well, not only that, like, what does that say to an officer who shows up every day and goes to a call and wants to do good and wants to, but like you're not getting paid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
don't put your neck out no more.
Like, who would want to work there? I mean, they're going to have a hard time retaining officers.
They do have a hard time retaining officers.
Yeah.
The problem is your heart's not in it. I mean, and they have a good group of deputies right now that like they need to hang on to and serve their community. And this is how they're being treated.
Yeah.
It's a little disgusting to me, I guess.
Yeah.
And I've already had people call me and say, that's not right. They make plenty of money because they get good benefits. Yeah, they should.
Right. Yeah.
Damn
Shame
right.
on you.
You're damn right they should. Damn right. I think if politicians
stack up,
get all these extra dollars, then
no, I think these politicians need to stack up one day on a call and go through a door with a lunatic.
Yeah.
They need to go stand and sit in the car while you're telling somebody that their kid is dead.
Yeah.
They need to come with and help clean up the dead kid.
Everybody,
and I'm not trying to be brash here.
Everybody that voted no should have to do that.
Right.
Go on a ride along and go to a domestic and go try to fix something that somebody spent 5 years problem causing.
Yeah.
And you get 15 minutes to fix it.
Yeah.
Hop in, suit up, throw on a vest, put on the boots, put on the gun, put on the taser, put on the badge, go to battle.
I'm just blown away. It doesn't even seem like this is real. Like they can really do that. I'm shocked.
Well, they don't care. That's the problem.
Right, but
it's obtuse.
It's mind fuck. Like what? I get that there's people who don't care, especially when it comes to political bullshit. But how do you publicly just not care that hard and think that it's just gonna be no big deal?
I don't know. It's frustrating. I think and like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't live in Ransom County. I don't have to deal with it. But I know the officers there, and I know that. Like think about like Christmas time and you want to work overtime for like extra duty things. Nope, you're just gonna work it. And then they don't get paid for holidays. There's no holiday pay. There's no extra pay for holidays. Christmas, nope, come to work. Easter, come to work. Christmas Eve, come to work.
Did they say what this kind of decision making was based on, or why they chose to go this route? as opposed to just leaving it the fuck alone.
Well, I think they had brought it to the attention that there was budget cuts across the board. So I get managing a budget. I have a business.
Right.
I get having to manage people. I get having to manage
even making cuts. Yeah.
Even making guns.
Yeah.
Yep. You have to do a certain thing to make sure that your bottom line. There's got to be a better way than that.
Sure.
You know, they had from what I read, they had like $1 million from grants to go towards security, and it went to pet projects in the building of building a new shop and enclosing offices and some other things. So
wow.
And it's not my place to like say, you know, you need to spend your money this way, because I'm not a citizen of Ransom County, but come on.
Right.
Be a good human. You can't take away those guys' overtime. You can't take it like it seems very unfair to me. And like I said, you're only getting a portion of the story. This is from what I've gleaned from looking at the post from Deputy George's wife and their minutes. That's the only information I'm going on. So let me preface this with, before I get all these hate messages like, we take care of our deputies. You fucking don't. Like, so don't message me, because you're gonna get not an answer you like. I've already had one phone call from somebody that's like, well, they get good benefits. Great.
Right.
So
that's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah. I don't get it. Let's dive into this, Dustin. I'll read my status that kind of got people.
Oh, funny.
Got people.
I saw that and I was like,
John, did you see it?
The one about driving and smoking or drinking.
Cannabis impairment.
I said, what killed more people, driving under the influence of alcohol or marijuana? Why is one legal to purchase versus the other one, when one is more dangerous to drive under the influence versus the other?
Both are bad.
And oh my God, people lost their shit saying driving under the influence is driving under. I get that. That's not what I'm trying to fucking say, people. Obviously, I'm not advocating for one or the other. I'm simply pointing out a fact.
Like, people are going to do it either way is what their argument is, or what your argument is, but why would one be legal and one not? If that's the case, if one is potentially
So I think
not
what you guys are getting at is there's a per se law for alcohol, a per se limit for alcohol, and there's not for cannabis, is what you're getting at. So if you're drinking and you drive and you're a .03, it's probably not a good idea, but it's not illegal,
right?
Unless you're in a commercial vehicle,
right?
Cannabis, at this time, there's no per se law that you can have 0.0 whatever nanograms in your system.
Correct. Because
they don't know. The way that they're able to articulate if you're impaired when you're driving is by deploying drug recognition experts, officers who are specifically trained for that. I was a drug recognition expert. My officer or Sergeant Page is a drug recognition expert. There's many drug recognition experts that can tell if you're operating a vehicle under the influence, and neither is acceptable to me. I don't feel that you should operate a motor vehicle impaired at any point. But statistically, what you were getting at, I think, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, where more people drink and drive on alcohol than they do on cannabis.
Yeah.
And that is, there's multiple studies out there that have been put out, and I'm not positive about what the numbers are, but from what I've seen through my training and experience, people who are on marijuana are less apt to hop into their motor vehicle than people smoke or drinking alcohol.
Or they're driving like 20 miles under.
Well, any impairment, Cody, is bad.
But no, the reason why I posted that is because it was on the ballot again.
Yep.
To legalize it, and it gets fucking voted down every single time. And
do you know why that is? Big alcohol money, man.
The fucking boomers just don't want people smoking weed.
No, it's big alcohol is the money behind that, man. Because look at Minnesota, the alcohol, once they legalized recreational use of cannabis and cannabis products, and hemp products, alcohol sales plummeted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nationally, there's a huge decline in this younger generation of kids drinking.
Yep.
Like it's just not a thing anymore because I think they have better access to things like marijuana and or they're just not into it, you know?
Yeah. Well, there was a big push for studies to, training of kids to not drink and drive and not consume alcohol. And, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and there were some other lobby groups that really put tens of millions of dollars into that to fight the alcohol industry, and they're winning. And now the alcohol industry is fighting back.
Yeah.
And I think that has more to do
they're
with
losing billions of dollars right now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to do everything they can do to keep from doing that. That's why you're seeing, for a while there was a big push to legalize, and then they went and they stopped. People stopped pushing to legalize it because big alcohol started paying money to lobbyists to get these people to stop voting for marijuana legalization.
But medically, if you look at what alcohol does to the human body versus cannabis, the alcohol is destructive chemical in your body.
Correct.
And so surely there's some downsides to cannabis, but
like what?
The studies, like some people should
forgetfulness.
Some people shouldn't drink. I'm one of those people that should never consume alcohol ever again. I've been clean from alcohol for 22 years, I think, somewhere in there. Don't quote me on that, because I had a life-changing experience with it, so that I never drink again.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
People don't necessarily have that, and they just keep fucking up until it destroys their life.
Well, and then here's the thing too. It's like, and maybe I'm wrong with this. I could be totally wrong, but it seems like an alcoholic that decides to drink and drive is still a fucking terrible driver because your vision is impaired. Correct. But where
your vision is also impaired with cannabis, though.
True, but if somebody was a heavy user of cannabis, they are probably a better driver, are they not?
No.
Versus being impaired from alcohol.
No, impairment's impairment.
I disagree.
Okay. From what I've seen, if you're effed up, you're effed up, and you shouldn't be in a car. Now
I think though there's not to interrupt you, I apologize.
No, you're fine.
With alcohol, when you're drunk, you're drunk. With marijuana, there's a certain tolerance that you build up to it, to where it would take like a shit ton of smoking for somebody to really be supremely high, not to justify drinking or smoking and driving.
No,
but like there's a certain level of marijuana that I would have to smoke to be fucking wasted off marijuana and not be able to function coherent or even memory loss or anything like that. Like alcohol, once you're drunk, you're drunk. Yeah. There's not like, alcohol doesn't really get me drunk anymore.
Yeah. That,
you build a tolerance to the marijuana's effects on people.
The problem with it is there's no per se law for marijuana right now. And if they were able to like, hey, here's a breathalyzer, you should drive or you shouldn't drive.
And that's what,
and there's not
a fair point.
Now.
That's a fair point.
And with alcohol right now, there is. It's
there
like,
is, yeah. Right.
Fuck, you're too drunk to drive.
Which also is surprising to me. It's 2026, and I feel like there should be something out there.
They're getting it. They're almost there. But
then they should legalize it then.
But then they're going to have to. I agree with you. I'm not against marijuana. I think marijuana should be.
I just feel lately I've been extremely against the government overreach, and I just feel like there's some conspiracy there. That's the reason why that's banned, and because it's not even banned in all the 50 states. Like there's several states that it's legal.
No, and they've scheduled it down to a Schedule 3, which is the same as like Tylenol 3.
Yep.
So that has implications too. With like,
is that here in North Dakota?
It's
federally.
Oh,
Trump just did that.
Okay. Trump just did that. So that was a step in the right direction.
So if you get busted with it, it's just like misdemeanor? Or?
Well, it's like, I think if you get busted with it in North Dakota, it's a ticket, isn't it? Unless you've
they decriminalized it a long time ago. So
so it's like a ticket and you bounce.
Yeah.
Fair.
They take it obviously too.
Fair.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's why I made that post. So I mean, but I still think it should just be.
And what they did with that, moving it to Schedule 3 now, it's got medical purposes. So now on the 4473 form that you fill out when you buy a firearm, I believe they're working on changing that to, are you a recreational user of marijuana, or instead of like, do you have a medical card?
Yeah.
Are you taking this as medicine? And I guess for me,
so can you still own a firearm if it's medicinal?
You can own a firearm in Minnesota. They put that right in the statute. You can own a firearm and drugs or cannabis, but just like anything, when you have a firearm, you don't want to be impaired. If you're impaired and you have a firearm, you're going to have an issue.
They did that. I thought in Minnesota that if you have a license, you cannot.
If you have a medical marijuana card, you cannot purchase a firearm. You can own a firearm. Federally, that's still, if you have the cannabis card, that will limit you from purchasing a firearm.
Got you.
But that may change now
because of the scheduling.
They change it to a Schedule 3.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So, but yeah, I got no issue with them legalizing it. In 20 years, I fought a fuck of a lot of people drunk on alcohol, but very few high.
And most cops I know, dude, they're like, it's a waste of our fucking time to bust people. Like, they hate having to bust people for marijuana because they're just like, come on, like, yeah.
Unless they're like fucked up and they're driving, then they're going to go to jail. And
or they got fucking pounds of that shit that they were trying to, traffic.
Even pounds of it, like, okay, it's a plant.
Yeah.
Like, what do you? So, can you give it to somebody? Like, you can give in Minnesota. You can give a certain amount of marijuana to your friends.
Right.
You can't charge them for it.
Right.
But you can give it to them. So.
Yeah. And again, I'm not advocating for either. I'm just saying.
No, I get it.
Like I said, I feel like lately it's just the government's trying to.
Well, the government always
encroach more and more and more
every single day,
and we got to keep fighting back.
Yeah,
and so that's why I just wanted to bring it up, just to get people like. But I guess
I think the word out of context. The wording, like the way they read, I knew exactly what you meant when you wrote it.
And Christy Bernstein actually messaged me. She's like, "I understand what you're trying to say."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Thank God."
Yeah.
The one person
the Bernsteins hold a really good place in my heart.
Yeah.
And they lost their beautiful, amazing daughter to a drunk driving piece of shit.
Yeah.
And they're gonna fight every day. They're gonna put up billboards. They made it their life's
as
work.
They should.
And my hat's off to them. And we're our businesses are donating to the Bailey Bernstein Foundation again this year, or we're able to this year. We weren't able to financially last year. So we're able to this year, and we're excited about it. And we did get to participate in the Bailey Bernstein walk, which was just moving to see all the people come out and to be there for the Bernstein family and to show like Wapton loves you and we care and that type of thing. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was interesting, but maybe I'll take a second to repost that stuff like that.
Well, no, you could post it. It just, I think it was a knee-jerk reaction by a lot of people because I knew exactly what you meant when you posted. Because
thanks for having my back, you dick.
I know you. Well, I saw it was like in passing. I'm like, no, I'm not going to get involved in this today. Just push you right under that bus. Like, I'm not touching that.
Just this fool.
I had a couple.
What did you do?
I had a couple of my stoner homies jump in there and be like, "Nah, man, weed's cool."
Yeah. but I mean that doesn't help the cause either. Like when they get on there and be articulate. Yeah, man, weed's cool is not going to get a boomer who thinks that marijuana is the devil still.
Devil's lettuce.
Reefer madness.
Yeah, and they grew up with that. I mean, we grew up with DARE. We grew up with propaganda.
Right.
We grew up with, and they've revamped the DARE program now where it actually makes sense a little bit now, and it's based off of.
Wait, wasn't there like a lot of controversy with that DARE program?
That's why they revamped the whole thing.
What was the deal with that again? Did we talk about that already?
I think it made more people want to do drugs and stop from doing it.
I don't know if it was on here, but yeah, what happened with that again?
I don't know. I just know that like they revamped.
Weren't they like dealing to kids or something?
No, none of that. I don't think that was the case. But,
okay. I know there was controversy, but I don't know.
There was controversy in some of the different programs for drug enforcement stuff, but it wasn't the DARE program.
Okay. Yeah. I remember those guys. Didn't work.
No.
It didn't work.
You got a cool t-shirt though.
Yeah.
But now they, like I said, they have a much better program that focuses more, I believe, on like self-esteem and self-awareness and personal growth and understanding that you don't need drugs to be cool or whatever. But I mean, you gotta at some point teach kids that life is not all roses, I guess. And it's unfortunate that we're unable to in society to discipline kids anymore. We're unable to hold people accountable. The recent stabbing.
I was just about to ask you, what's your opinion on that?
Man, he's a murderer. He stabbed somebody, and they died.
I don't know remember when me and Dion were arguing about that?
Yeah.
There's no defense. There was no defense at all.
Right.
I don't know what his defense was. Like, because he said that if somebody was approaching me, then it's okay if I stabbed them. Like, what was his defense?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand. What I was trying to say is that even if he pushed him, that's still not a defense of getting up with a knife and stabbing him in the chest.
Right. If all 12 or whatever of the people that were in that tent with them, like I've heard very little of it. So like if they all bum rushed him at once and he feared for his life, that's a different story. But one-on-one, you don't just get to stick somebody in the heart.
I think the biggest thing here that we need to pay attention to is the fact that they took all of that GoFundMe money and bought a house instead of got him a good legal defense.
And I feel like that kid was robbed of a good defense.
Yeah,
I mean, when you
because of that.
Yeah, I mean, how much did they get for that GoFundMe? It's like 600,000.
Yeah, it was like over half.
And now I heard that they're snatching that back too.
Okay, so you got 600K. That's a pretty good legal team.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, they could have mounted a little bit better defense.
Yeah, it's a good retainer at the very least.
Well, 600K will get you a team of lawyers.
Yeah,
I mean, like you think if it was my kid, every penny that I had, if I had to,
I can't believe that was their go-to. Was like, yeah, let's buy a nice new house.
Supposedly they were offered a plea deal, but they turned it down.
What was the plea deal?
Manslaughter.
Why did they turn it down?
They turned it down because if they got a deal, then the legal donations would have stopped.
Okay. So instead of ruining a young African-American man's life who made a poor decision as a young kid, and now you're going to warehouse him for 30 years and expect him to be rehabilitated?
Yeah.
People fuck up. People make mistakes. People do dumb shit. And I'm not saying, good on him for being a murderer, but where's your grace? Where's your...
It seems like they were making an example out of that sentencing for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, 35 years is insane.
And there's culpability on both sides. You can't tell me that some words weren't said, because I know how the world works.
Right.
And I know how young people are. For sure. And I know how you get amped up and you don't have anywhere else to go, so you play that card on both sides.
Yep.
And then you get adults on both sides who are making it worse by sitting in each other's face and like waving an American flag and staring at them like your kid just went to prison. Shut the fuck up and leave them alone. Let them grieve. But in the same sense, they're out there starting shit too. You have, like, everybody needs to just stop and think that a young man lost his life, but not just that young man. The young man going to prison also lost his life that day.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and people don't have grace and have never been, like, I've been there and locked up a lot of people, and I've seen, like, the point where they're broken in ways that a man should not see another man be broken. And it's very easy to point your finger and say, that's what you get. Jesus, 35 fucking years.
Right.
Like, he's 17 years old. If I had $1 for every stupid thing I did when I was 17 years old, and not stab anybody, but there's incidences that could have led to it very easily.
Yeah.
the way I was living my life and the way my friends lived their lives. So I guess I have I give that young man some grace in the fact that, like,
I don't know, man. That whole situation just bothers the fuck out of me, because not only did he come to a track meet with a knife that he bought from Walmart, but he knowingly went into another team's tent when his own tent was not even in the same area.
What was his reason for going into the tent? I guess
it started to rain.
Okay.
And he went into this other team's tent. If you know about track events, like there's a big bowl, right? Mm-hmm. And then people have their tents all the way across. But you don't go in the other team's tent. Like, that doesn't belong to you. That's their team.
Okay.
So it starts to rain. He goes into the team's tent. They tell him to leave. And he's basically saying, no, fuck no. I'm not leaving. What are you going to do? You're not going to do shit. And I think they approached him, and that's when he reached in his bag and grabbed the knife and went out and stabbed him in the chest.
That's not ideal.
Yeah. So even the dude's old teammates spoke out against this guy.
When I looked at his parents and how his parents were acting and what they spent that money, that kid didn't have a chance.
No. It didn't seem that.
Do you think he had a chance?
No.
It didn't seem that he
Man, it's a taught trait.
It is.
Yep.
It's very, very frustrating to see that happening, but I think that
we as a society need to do better.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to, the race stuff needs to not continue to be.
The media sure is not helping.
No, and that's
look,
like,
we're never gonna go back though. They figured it out. It's a thing. They can use it every fucking time, and they will forevermore now. It will always become a race thing.
Yeah.
Always. I don't give a fuck the circumstances of the situation. They're gonna find a way to make it about color.
And do you think? I don't think that's fair to people of color.
Right.
I think it.
But
it
marginalizes
them.
People of color think it's to their advantage though too.
Absolutely.
There's a big sector of people of color who see this as their advantage now. They can get away with a lot more because of the legal system, the news, the political stance. They love to play the race card thing, and it's always a poor them situation.
But then it ends up creating murder.
Yes, for sure. But they want that. They don't give a fuck about that. They want that shit.
Yeah, we got to do better.
That's what they want. They're allowing culture to paint itself the bad guy so that everyone could be like, see? And then in the same breath, they go, oh my God, poor them because they're black. That's how everyone sees it. Or because they're brown, that's how everyone sees it. And it's just like, yeah, this is a game they're playing with races now.
And it's,
because we've said this since the beginning of time. And look at the reality of it, bro. We're not seeing this shit in our neighborhoods and on the streets. And when we go to the grocery stores, we're not all flipping each other off and saying, fuck you, white man, and fuck you, black guy. And, you know, like, it's not really like that until some, like you said, there's just shitty people everywhere, right? And when some shitty people come to a head and something really negative comes about it, the first thing they want to do is make it racial. And I don't think it's always about race. I think sometimes people just don't get along and things happen, or there's a fight and, you know, someone makes a bad decision.
Made into race.
But then it gets baited into race, yeah.
Cody, let me ask you this. Just when he went to that tent, what would have happened if they would have welcomed him in and said, hey, it's raining, man. Hang out until it quits raining. It's all good, brother. What would have happened then?
Nothing.
We wouldn't have had a murder.
No.
Yeah. Fucking grace for other human beings, man. We gotta do better.
I think especially because of the fact that it was raining. I didn't understand it that way in the beginning. But the fact that we know it was raining is kind of like, well, fuck, like it's raining. Give them a minute.
Yeah, like have some grace.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
fellow competitor.
Yeah. Not
like,
that should lead to you having to lose your life and get stabbed in the heart either, though. You know what I mean? So, but it just goes to show that there is a a certain type of virtue that comes from just being a fucking decent human being,
Yes.
because you just never know where something is going to lead. You know what I mean? And in the same breath, I think that kindness has that same cause and effect. Like sometimes being kind in a situation where maybe you don't necessarily want to might lead to something that you just don't expect, and that could be a really good thing.
It's life-changing.
Yeah, for sure.
Having great, like, I'll bring this up because I know it eats your ass. This needle exchange program. Tell me how you feel about that.
It's fucking retarded.
Okay,
It's so dumb.
Tell me why.
It's dumb because why are we investing all of this money for people to go in there to get a needle when they take it outside to go down the street, they use it, and then they toss it on the ground?
Okay.
Why are we not investing more money into getting these people help rather
Because
than
they don't want help. They won't take help.
then all we're doing is, what do you call it?
Enabling
them.
Okay. So let me pose this question to you because I've seen street junkies. Okay. And I'm street addicts.
You drive downtown, dude, you'll see them every day.
But I mean, in my work in narcotics,
Yeah.
I saw that. Rooms full of needles. I hate needles. And I asked him one day, I said, why do you keep all these needles? He goes, because I know that I won't get AIDS from these ones. Imagine having something so that you need, that you're addicted to, that you have no control over, because addiction's a motherfucker, man. And they have an option to have a clean resource where they know they're not going to get AIDS or hepatitis from it. And then we're going to end up having to pay for it when they get AIDS and hepatitis. That saves us money. Like, in my opinion, because they're going to find a needle either way. They're going to stick that spike in their arm. Doesn't matter whether it's clean or dirty. They'll pick it up off the street. They'll pour some water on it or won't even bother and shoot it up.
Yeah.
Okay. They're addicts. How can we not have a little bit of grace and try to keep them from harm reduction and becoming with basically a terminal illness? I mean, AIDS is depending on who you are. HIV is not a terminal illness.
So I got to pay for that?
You got to pay for it anyway, brother, with them getting AIDS and
That's
HIV.
assuming that they're going to get it, though.
Statistically, they're going to.
And it happens if they do get it, and this is going to sound harsh, and I apologize, but if they kick the bucket.
You never had a loved one who's an addict? It's hard to watch, man.
All of my people have had stable families, so
clearly. Hold the hand of an addict who wants to make a change and can't.
So, but again, though,
and
like,
they don't have any options.
But again, this is going on to the taxpayer, right?
Correct.
And then they take those needles and they toss them on the ground, and now we have to deal with that.
Correct. They're going to do it anyway. They're absolutely going to do it anyway.
And we should do this in downtown Fargo.
I think that there should be a better regulation of it. I don't think it's a true exchange program. I think you just go get needles and they just give them to you. But in my heart of hearts, and like I said, I've held the hand of people that wanted to make a change and couldn't, and didn't have the resources. Do you know what the wait time to get in for, if you don't have insurance to get?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why can't we use that money to actual? Okay, so you're saying that every single one of these people don't want help.
No, I'm not saying everyone doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. Okay,
like,
so
most of them don't.
If we can invest
when you're in active addiction,
if we can invest some of this money that we're using for this free needle exchange booth kits,
I think that's a bit far.
To help these people,
you don't need to blow dope up each other's asses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
get these people some resources that we set up something. I don't fucking know. I'm not an expert. I'm just saying. It just feels like we're going in circles here.
We are, but it's the best with what they have in regards to resources.
So you think the needle exchange program is the lesser of evils?
I
essentially,
do.
okay.
I true. In my heart of hearts, I do.
I'm not trying to call you out, but
no,
do you know if we have any statistics on comparisons?
They did. There were statistics that came out that it saved people from and I don't have the numbers with me, and
Sure.
I apologize for that because I didn't.
No, it's all good.
I didn't.
Boshi said the same thing.
Yeah, there truly is numbers that it does help. It does make a difference, even if it's one person.
Yeah.
One person of dying of hepatitis or HIV or fucking God knows what else. And I'm terrified. I hate needles. I hate I've gone into houses where there's needles everywhere and you have to pick them up, and they just stopped doing it. The crime lab won't take needles now, I don't believe, because it's a biohazard and it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And I don't want needles in the parks. I don't want needles anywhere. I don't want my kid walking down the street and get poked. I don't want to be walking down the street and get poked. But
It's almost like we
I
should
also
be-
have some compassion for my fellow humans.
Right.
And I get addiction. I'm an alcoholic. Like I get it.
Right.
Like
Yeah. No,
I
get that.
needing
Totally.
something,
Yeah.
and they're gonna do it anyway.
I do too, and I think sometimes when I have this discussion with people, I'm like kind of biased because my dad was a heroin addict. One of my uncles is a heroin addict, and so I got to witness it, but also I got to get it from a perspective of like a son who longed for his dad to be in his life and never was because he loved the drug more. But I've watched my dad,
He didn't love the
live
drugs
off
more,
of the
brother. He didn't
methadone
have a
clinics,
choice.
huh?
He didn't love the drugs more, brother. Don't.
Oh, I don't
carry
think
that in
I don't
your
think
heart.
so much that he loved them more, but I when I saw like when California started doing the methadone clinics and supporting the heroin that way, I never thought or saw my dad doing it in such a way where it was like, oh, okay, if he could get the help he would. It was like that just carried him over to the next real hit he could get.
Yep,
You know what I mean, type thing. And I understand that heroin is the most insane thing to come off of.
Yep.
And that's why they continue to go. They would rather just stay on heroin than to try to come off of it and kick the habit because they get sick, they go crazy. Like I've watched, my uncle try to get clean off heroin, and over the course of like a couple weeks, and it was like a battle. You know what I mean? And
It's
he's
a nightmare.
Yeah, it was. My grandma was trying to,
You watch
take
Train
care of
Spotting,
him.
like the movie Train Spotting. Have you seen that?
Uh-uh.
Got to watch that.
Okay.
That'll show you. Like, have you seen it? Okay, it's an older movie that'll. I mean, interrupt you, but I just wanted to get that out there. Like, watch how hard it is to kick.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Train Spotting.
Yep.
So yeah, but to the point, like my dad died a heroin addict. I'm pretty sure it's one of the root causes of the very thing that took him out eventually when he did die. It was, I don't know. It's always made it really difficult for me to accept things like this. You know what I mean? And maybe it has nothing to do with facts or statistics or anything. It's just my personal, feelings towards. I have a grudge, I guess, against it. You know what I mean? Because
And rightfully so.
I look at it like, well, this shit didn't help my dad.
No.
It didn't help my uncle. You know what I mean? It's just like it's a pacifier for the habit that they have.
It is, and it's maybe prolonging it, and I'm probably gonna get a bunch of like, you were a cop and you're for needle exchange. Well, I'm not for needle exchange, but
Dustin's becoming a pussy, everybody.
yeah, I'm turning into a fucking liberal.
Yeah.
I am
Like-
a libertarian. I hate both sides. So yeah, it's a tough one, but
Yeah, it is.
let's
Can
talk.
I ask you though?
Go ahead.
If they do contract that, how does that fall on the taxpayer if they contract those diseases?
Well, because they don't have medical insurance
Because
either. They don't
medical
have
insurance
money.
and they got to
don't-
go into
yeah.
the hospital. Who pays that? Taxpayers.
They go to like the free clinics and things of that nature. So yeah, I get that part.
Yeah, and they they have to treat you when you go to the hospital. Like if you're in cardiac arrest, they have to treat you.
Denied.
You can't.
See you later.
Yeah, go-
Goodbye.
But
Find
before we
somewhere
veer
else.
off the subject, I wanted to look it up earlier when Cody was saying it because it made me really curious about why they had to reinvent the DARE program.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
when you made that comment, I was like, "There's no fucking way." So
That's true though. They did, didn't they?
yeah, they did reinvent it, but the reason why, when Cody was like, "Wasn't it making wasn't it in
Enticing or
or
something.
when did they get busted
I
like
don't know. I thought
providing
they
or
were
something?"
selling drugs. to
No, yeah.
kids.
So it's kind of close to that.
See, I
So
told ya.
it says a few things happen. One, studies found that the original DARE program just wasn't working. So in the 1990s and early 2000s, Multiple studies and meta-analysis concluded that students who completed traditional DARE were often no less likely to use drugs than students who never took the program. They said that DARE also got accused of being more of a PR than a prevention.
Which,
and then funding started to dry up, and then they had to revamp the program. But it was more, they were introducing it more so than anything, which is funny because what it made me think of is like, we say that stuff all the time about all the political stuff that goes on with the trans movement and, the gender, stuff, and allowing kids to be whatever gender and giving them, the right to share bathrooms with the opposite sex just because they think there's something. Yet, politically we argue like, oh my God, no, like you don't understand. Like it's everyone's equal and everyone should have a fair opportunity. But it's like, okay, but if we're indoctrinating our kids in the education system about all this stuff, teaching them about these things, we're basically creating PR for them to get curious and go, oh, maybe I should try that out and see what it's like. They believed that in the DARE program, and so they revamped it. They believed the DARE program was a PR campaign for introducing kids to these drugs, and so they revamped it. But on a political standpoint, when it comes to things like sexuality and gender, whatever they call that shit, like they don't see it that way.
Whatever they call that shit.
Yeah, they don't see it that way, and I just think it's weird. It's like I don't have issues with gay people. There was a time in my life when I did. Growing up in California in the hoods, there's not gay people. You know what I mean? I was never around gay people. So when I moved here and I just seen how like I was very like
anti-gay,
like in a really strong way. No, I really was.
You're fucked, Dustin.
And I had to learn, like, okay, it's not like I thought it was. I was indoctrinated in a different way. You know what I mean? And then I became friendly, and I was like, oh, look, it's not that serious. I have a lot of friends who happen to be gay now. Some guys that I think are cool as shit that are gay. But it's the teaching and the indoctrinating, thing that we did politically that bothered me all the time, because I'm just like, look, man, if someone's gay, let them be born gay. Don't teach them how to be gay.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And it's kind of the same thing with the DARE program. That's why they revamped it. Was like, hey, this was more PR than anything. These kids are taking more drugs than we thought they would.
Tell us your parents are growing weed in the basement.
Yeah.
That was like one of the things. Like, tell us right away.
Spot weed in the basement.
Yeah.
I remember because my mom was a heavy weed smoker when I was a kid. And you smell that shit, like from a mile away.
It's loud.
And when I got into the DARE program, I learned what that smell was through the DARE, and I was like, oh my God, my mom does this stuff. And I used to bring like my DARE homework home, and I would slide it under her bedroom door when she was in there smoking with her friends. And she would put like a towel and stuff under, and I would push the towel and slide my DARE homework under there, hoping I would get into her head somehow. And it never worked, obviously, but it was just the funniest shit. I look back on that stuff and I'm like, man, the DARE program was the corniest fucking thing ever. It was wild.
That's fucking.
So let's talk guns so I can pay the bills here, guys.
All right.
I brought a couple guns in. We've got our 1911s that we have going out. Some of our meteorite triggers. We've got some really big things coming up. I'm working with Advanced Machine. I got to bring it. Start over here. Advanced Machine and Design. If you get a chance, check them out. Like they've got. It's like if you ever wondered what like a NASA meets like a mad scientist lab shop would look like. This guy's like got the dream shop. It's just amazing, and he's great to work with. And he actually he helped us over that hump where I was spinning my wheels when I first came on. We were trying to figure out like how are we going to manufacture these parts? How are we going to make it so when I put something into the machine, I don't close the door and then go like this and hope it like works. And they did all our templates, they did all our programming for us from our designs, and brought it to life for us. And now we have a great working relationship with them, and they're keeping us busy with making our parts. We're continuing to come out with more parts for our 1911s. We're using some outside parts like Evolution Gunworks and Nighthawk Customs and just the best of the best. We started making triggers, like I said, out of meteorite, sights out of meteorite, mainspring housings, different parts for the 1911s, and then of course our traditional mammoth tusk, what we started with. And we got a big collaboration coming up with 360 Tactical Solutions. He's got a page on YouTube. You should check him out. He's going to put one of our 1911s through the paces and had us do a dream build with meteorite grips and sights and all engraved. And
Damn.
so we're really looking forward to him getting that and running it through the paces so that our mutual buddy can know that I'm not suck at building guns. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's legit.
we're really making some headway. I brought a couple with. We've even got some of our slides that we're using through Vegas Forge. It's 180 layers of steel. That's an actual Damascus like you'd have on a samurai sword with meteorite sights, mammoth tusk grips. So we're really putting out some really good products right now. Check us out, briquettecustoms.com, or check us out on Instagram, Briquette Customs. You can see all the stuff we do. I guess I shot some watermelons the other day, so that was kind of cool. But you got to keep the fans, like
I saw those videos. That was pretty badass. Yeah.
I don't, contrary to popular belief, I don't sleep with that gun. It took a few takes. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
These are impressive guns, and the price point is impressive on them too.
Yeah.
I fully intend to come get one from you at some point here.
That would be
because
awesome. We'd love for
I
you
think
to
that
have
would be
one.
an incredible piece to own, man. Just the rarity of the grips and stuff that you're
That's super.
making them out of is something different, man.
Yeah, and the story behind it, like I went to Alaska to make it or die, and then like I brought this raw rock back and turned it into a fucking new life.
So where are you getting the meteorite? I'm noticing there's this crazy uptick in people making things out of meteorite. Well, how do we have such a vast supply of meteorite?
It falls from the sky all the time, man. People go out
Really?
and look for it. Yeah,
And they just gather. They're just collecting.
They go out and collect it.
Wow.
It's a traded metal, just like gold or silver.
Sure.
There's a market for it.
Dude, knowing that piece has been like across space is just
is insane.
mind blowing.
Some
Yeah.
alien could have rubbed his
Where-
nuts on it before
Right.
he touched it.
Yeah.
It flew in here.
Yes.
Speaking of aliens, like that was nice of the government to come out and tell us that they're real.
Yeah, they're
Was-
dude, the government's full of shit.
You don't think there's aliens?
They're 100%, but
Okay,
the shit that they're fucking showing us is probably our own shit.
probably.
They don't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
tell us about
Oh, yeah.
scary shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think,
I don't think there is a scary shit when it comes to aliens, or we'd be fucked already.
I don't know, man.
Like with the stuff
Dude,
that we
they-
do, I
they
feel like
just-
they would have come and slapped the shit out of our military already if that
They
was the
could.
case.
They could. And that's probably why they don't.
So you're saying that they're mean is they're very
Do we pay
capable?
attention to ants?
No.
No.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that theory a million
I know,
times,
but they're so capable that why?
but ants can't destroy their world.
Who knows where their world is?
I mean,
If they're under the
we're
ocean,
in it.
I think you're referring to us destroying our own world that they want to like come visit. Is that what you're getting at? Or
yeah, or anything, like the stories they talk about.
but they could be just here to observe us, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
can you imagine?
if they're under the ocean
Since the
and
beginning of time, though.
if they're under the ocean and
Yeah.
that's where their base is, or if that's where they teleport or whatever it is.
See, I believe that they are in the ocean, not in
100%.
space.
so absolutely in the ocean.
Yeah, I don't
But
think they're in space.
But who knows? Who knows what they're here for? If they're
Yeah.
just here to observe us,
Well,
or
look at they found DNA and meteorites.
Really,
really?
Look it up. It's absolutely true. Like so.
how did they find DNA? Or
What kind of
was
DNA?
it human DNA?
No, just check it out and see exactly what I'm talking about.
Was it Dustin Hill's DNA?
It was not my DNA. That was just one rock that I was really excited to have in my possession. Like there's DNA all over this. But I read some
fapping everywhere.
gallons of it. God, you gotta devolve to that right away every time.
Yeah, we got to bring some comedic relief here.
Yeah, DNA or maybe some sort of.
They're saying not DNA itself, at least not confirmed intact DNA from a meteorite.
But the
What they have
nucleotides
found
or
in
whatever.
meteorites are many of the building blocks of life, including amino acids,
There you go.
nucleobases, sugars and sugar-related compounds, and organic carbon molecules.
Wow.
A famous example is the Murchison meteorite, which contained dozens of amino acids and a rich variety of organic compounds. These findings support the idea that some of the ingredients for life may have been delivered to Earth from space.
Can you imagine like some of the meteorite that I cut up or the mammoth tusk, like what I'm releasing into the world? Like I got space AIDS now because I cut open a meteorite.
That's wild.
Yeah, so the world's a wild place, man.
It is.
There's something new every day, but I don't think aliens Like, how many people go missing every year?
A lot.
And they can't figure out why or where they go.
Right.
It's a lot of people.
A lot of
like
people,
it's a
especially
lot.
in the parks.
A lot of people.
True.
Where are they going?
Yeah.
Are aliens taking them? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be weird. But
So I legitimately think that they do abduct males for breeding. And dude, this is a real thing.
Yeah, you think aliens are double cheeked up?
What are the Nordics? What are the Nordics?
They're a race of aliens,
Yeah, they look like us,
but they're bigger.
and they're tall
But why would they want to
and
interbreed
blonde
with us?
hair.
If they
Guess what?
what?
There's been a lot of documented cases, of certain males being abducted, quote unquote,
Okay.
but returned. And you know why? Because they got snipped. Yeah, a lot. Look it up, Dustin.
I will look
You
it up.
fuckers laugh at me. It's documented.
That
So you're saying people getting
Is this
getting
why you're hanging out
circumcised
in
is
the
to
park,
protect them
like-
from abduction?
No. They are circumcised, so that's why they're returned, because they can't produce
you mean
semen. Like they're
so not circumcised,
sterile.
they're nipped. They're snipped, like they're
they've had a
not
vasectomy.
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 Oh, okay.
They don't want the circumcised
Yeah.
ones. They just
I was like,
They
I was like, they're like,
hey, the hooded cloak or not hooded, it
No,
doesn't
is that
matter.
a personal preference?
aliens
or-
don't like Jews either.
Well,
Oh yeah.
anyways,
We're
good.
So there
Cool.
it was.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, Dustin, thanks for the conversation, for coming on. I appreciate you showing us your guns. If anybody is interested in getting something from you custom made, what do they do?
Go check us out at briquettecustoms.com or follow us on Instagram, Briquette Customs, or follow us on Facebook, Briquette Family Custom Knives. We make real high-end, really cool knives as well.
That's
with,
right. Yeah.
with rare handles, rare materials, pretty much anything you want. So, yeah, check us out. Definitely briquettecustoms.com or Briquette Customs.
Sweet. Yeah. Even if you're not looking to purchase anything from him right now, I'd say still follow, because you show a lot of really cool shit that you're making all the time. So I love following your page.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'm very blessed and very fortunate that I'm in a position to do those things. And there was a lot of people that had to make a lot of fucking sacrifices for me to be where I'm at today, and I'm grateful and thankful and gracious, and God bless all them for doing that for me and seeing something in me when even I didn't see it.
Hell yeah. Awesome, man.
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah.
bud.
Appreciate you guys checking us out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the channel. Tell your friends about us. Don't tell your friends about us. Talk good, talk bad. It doesn't really matter as long as you're talking about Cody. Peace.
peace.